Hey there, everyone. I recently got in touch with the people at OLight because I wanted to try out one of their the Baldr RL Mini light, which is a pretty cool gun light, and I wanted to see how it worked with my subcompacts. I've got an M&P or a Walther P22 right here, and my M&P Shield. And the M&P Shield, I had to make a little bit of an adjustment. I had to put a rail system on it because they don't come with a rail system. But it works on both of these. What it is, I'll go through some of the things I like about it. I want a couple things that kind of I wish it had, but all in all, it's a really cool little light. It's got one of the things I do like is that it's got it's rechargeable. Now that is a plus and a minus, I think, because this magnetic charging port just slaps right on there, so it's nice and convenient. The thing that I like about the rechargeable is that you don't have to change out the batteries. It is nice and convenient. On the downside, though, that is something like if you're out in the field, you have to be able to have some sort of power source to charge this. You can't just change out the batteries. So that could be a downfall. I don't know how many situations that would come into play, but you just never know. But I do like the rechargeable aspect of it. It's got 3 different modes here on it. You've got the red dot, you've got just the light, and you've got the red dot and the light. And then how you do it is you just click down right there and it turns off and on, or just the laser right there. And it goes on the gun fairly easily. Like I said, I had to put a rail system on my Smith & Wesson, but if you just flip this switch right here, then this section slides back and forth. So it'll basically fit on just about any gun as long as it's got a rail system. What you do is you take the firearm, you push this part in, and it opens it up a little bit, and you just slide that on there and then flip this switch back and it's on there, and it's really sturdy. I haven't taken this to the range yet and done any firing practice with it. But if anything happens, just like all my videos, if anything happens, I'll be doing a follow-up. But it really is sturdy. And on this side, you even have a nut or a screw. You can even tighten that a little bit right here. I do like this because with this gun, I'll show you the difference here, but I do like the fact that it's right there at my thumb. So I can just hit that, whether that's, you'd have to change the modes, whether that's just the red dot or just the light. You can just hit that real quick, turn it off and on. The downside of this with my shield, and I'll show you, and this is just a personal preference, but when you put it on the shield, again, you just push down the lever, make sure and slide this back, push down this lever, slide it on there, push it back snug, put it on there. The downside with the shield that I see is I have to actually reach down a little bit to do that. So not a huge deal, just a little bit further to go. So it is a little better on the Walther than it is on the shield, but good light. Now on the website, so some of the specs on this, it's 600 lumens, which is a little better than most gun lights. It's got 40 minutes of runtime, which is about average, maybe a little bit less than a lot of lights, but that's probably because of the lumens are a lot higher. Some of the other lights are 100 to 200 lumens, really just depends. The max throw 130 meters, like I said, that's like 400 yards or something. I don't know that you would need a light out that far, but what it does is makes it pretty bright inside the home. And as you can see here, I'll do this little test. I'm about 30 feet away from the stairs, and when you turn on the light, you can see it illuminates the whole area really well. And you can see, I've read some reviews where the green laser, I think that's just the Baldr RL or the Baldr Mini, has a green laser. You can see it a little bit better at longer distances. But as you can see, the red laser is just fine. And then you've got the mode without the laser. But it really, if you're inside your home, it will illuminate the home. And that's what my main concern was for these, not necessarily being outdoors or anything like that. especially with these subcompacts. The concealed carry, the holsters I have are not meant to. I'd have to get a custom holster basically. And then with the battery charging, if it's got a little light here on the end of the screen, and if it's red, it means it's charging. If it's green, it means it's fully charged. And at 40 hours, it may be a little bit less than other lights, but at 40 hours, that's plenty. You think about how often you'll use it. Maybe a couple times a year, you just top it off. The lithium ion batteries discharge at like 10%. So maybe a couple times a year, even if you don't use it, you're going to need to just go ahead and recharge it a little bit. But not bad at all. I think this is something, even with the battery, being rechargeable, I still think it's a good option. The other thing I like about this light is, from a prepper perspective, if somebody needed a light, you could take this off your gun fairly quickly, give them the light, or maybe you take the light around and use that as a light source rather than having to give them your gun, or pointing your gun around all over the place. So it could be used as a light source as well, separate from the gun. I like how I can take it off. With this, my Smith & Wesson, I said I had to put this system on. Basically, it just attaches to the trigger guard and puts a rail system on the gun. This won't, I need to get a custom holster to fit this, because this, my Kydex holster won't fit with this in it. But this is easy enough to take off, just 2 bolts. I've got a review, or I got a tutorial on this too, about why I use this and how to put it together. But it's basically just 2 bolts and then 2 pieces that come apart, and you take it off. So not bad at all. What we'll probably end up doing, this is Lisa's gun, so we'll probably end up just keeping this Baldr on here. And then if I decide to get another one in the future, I'll put it on mine. And then one last thing with this, as far as the, sighting it in, you take it to the range, and it's got a couple adjustments right here where you can sight that red dot in. I do like the fact that it's not always with the red dot. Sometimes I don't like training with the red dot. It's almost you get used to it. But at the same time, with Lisa and her shooting, I'd like to have that red dot on. So if somebody does come into the home or whatever, she knows where she's going with it. So I do like the option of being able to turn it off and turn it on, changing the different modes there. All in all, the build quality is really good. I like the fact that it's really simple. This slides back and forth. You can fit it on almost any gun, I believe. And it's just super convenient. You can take it off. You can use it without it being on the actual gun. Although as preppers, we probably have like 40 different flashlights, but you just never know. Very cool little light though. I do have a promo code. It's SPOLight, and you can get 10% off over at OLight.com. If you're interested in that. If you have any other questions that I didn't answer on this, just let me know. But a very cool light. Super stoked to take it to the range and test it out. And like I said, if it does fail, or if it does move once I get it sighted in, if that changes, I'll let you know. But it feels like it's pretty, like nothing like that is going to happen, because it feels really, really sturdy. But you just never know once you put a few rounds through it whether it's going to stay there or not. So, but it's good build quality. It feels really good. I have heard some things about OLight, the light being not a bluish light, and it doesn't give you that signature that as good as the white light would be. But I'm not too concerned about that. But all in all, very cool little light. And like I said, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. But with that, we will talk to you all later.